In this video today, I'm going to offer you 4 tips that the lack of eye contact, actually let me even, Hi, and welcome to the Black Career Success Channel. I'm Jennifer Tardy. I am your career success coach. So let's just jump right into it. In this video, I'm going to offer 4 common interview pitfalls that our community falls victim to and some solutions therein. So be sure to stay all the way through until the end of this video because I am going to also offer a bonus tip. I'm going to tell you a quick story about something that happened to one of my friends that you may want to stick around just to listen to. All right, so you ready to get started? Now, when you go to interview, you have to know and understand and just live with the fact that you are being judged throughout that entire interview process. You're being judged on things like how you speak, what you wear. You're being judged on your nonverbal communication, a myriad of things. And by you now knowing that you're being judged, let's talk about how some people slip up in those moments. So the very first thing that I want to share with you, because it is so commonplace, is your lack of eye contact. If you are the type of person that doesn't feel comfortable making eye contact in an interview, that will be a pitfall for you. And I see it happen so commonly, but most people don't understand that we grew up with our parents telling us constantly, don't stare. Why are you over there staring at this person? Why are you being so nosy? And so we know that because we grew up in a situation like that where our parents and our aunts and our uncles said, hey, it's rude to stare, that now being in a situation where you're supposed to make eye contact that feels like you're staring at a person, it is extremely uncomfortable to us. Now, we have to find a solution to it. So here's a solution that I found out about a long time ago that I want to share with you. If you're uncomfortable with making eye contact, instead think about a triangle, an upside down triangle. Are you with me so far? Now, if you look in a person's face, you have their eye, their mouth, their eye, their mouth, or their eye, their nose, eye, nose. If you are uncomfortable making eye contact, use the triangle method and look at a person's and go eye, nose, eye, nose, eye, nose. Now, it's weird for me to try and do this here because there's no one looking back at me. But try that with one of your friends or someone that you trust and ask them, can they tell that you're not fully making eye contact? And they'll most likely say no. And then on your end, you're not feeling like you're staring at a person. And so it works well. So that's one interview pitfall that you're going to avoid. Now, the next interview pitfall that I see most of us fall victim to is our nonverbals, right? So we know that oftentimes if we're not smiling, let's just be honest, people are probably going to think that we're mean, that we have an attitude. And I know that you're saying, why do I have to smile for the benefit of the other person so that they don't think that I'm a mean person? I get it. I understand. But in an interview, you only have a limited amount of time to show that you are the right person for that position. So it's not going to hurt you to put on that little smile because you know what that smile says about you? It says that you're warm, you're welcoming, and you're inviting. And people want to work with other people that they're not afraid of or that they want to work with people that they don't believe would be mean in the office. So watch your nonverbals. Watch how closed you are and watch how comfortable you are where you're sitting back in your chair. Instead, be open. You don't need to cross your arms. Sit up straight. All of that says a lot about you. So pay attention to your nonverbals so that you can overcome that pitfall. Now, the next thing is, and you're probably not going to like me for saying this, but I've got to say it to you because I want you to be successful when you go into interview. Distractions. Minimize distractions. And you know where I'm headed with this. So distractions can be what you wear, how you wear your hair, how you wear your makeup, how you wear your jewelry, how you wear your clothing, even down to your shoes. I get it and I hear you, and I hear everyone when they say, I need to be able to be who I am and reflect that no matter where I am. I understand, and I'm not telling you to not be who you are. Let's talk about what I mean by distractions. If you're sitting at an interview and all your interviewer can think about is how colorful your hair is, and if all your interviewer wants to talk about is how colorful your hair is, or all they want to talk about are the sneakers that you decided to wear, or all they want to talk about is something that it completely takes away from them having a conversation about how smart you are and about how qualified you are for the position. And so when I say to you, when you go into the interview, minimize distractions, minimize anything that can take away from that interviewer finding out about how smart you are and how qualified you are for that job. Okay, so that's what I mean. Even if it means that you have to shift the perspective on how you wear your makeup, or shift the perspective on the types of clothes that you wear to the interview, how you show up will completely direct how that interview is going to go. Now, the last pitfall that I have for you is how you speak. How you speak can be one of those distractions, but it's so important that I need to bring it up to you. If you find yourself saying so I like doing this, or if you're that person that says when you get nervous because you don't like that quiet space, can be such a distraction. But you know what we do sometimes? We say, you know what I mean? Know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, do you know what I mean? And when you use common words like that over and over and over again, I cannot tell you how many interviewers I've heard say, I couldn't even hear what they had to say, because eventually I started counting the amount of times they used the word like, or I started counting the number of times they used the word or I started counting the number of times they used the term, you know what I mean? And those are the words that we use because we're nervous, but we have to be able to be present enough to hear our own selves during the interview so that we know when we need to pull back and minimize the use of those words or terms. Okay, so those are it. Those are the 4 common pitfalls. Now, I promised you a bonus, didn't I? All right, so here goes the bonus. One of my best friends, and this was a while back, he went into interview, and he really showed up for this interview, which means that he was polished, he minimized the distractions, and he answered their questions. And obviously, he was qualified for the position until he made it to the final interview. And in the final interview, it was a Black woman. And so he's thinking, oh, I'm going to crush this because now I got a sister that's interviewing me, and this is going to be a really good interview. And so he made a common error. Because he was interviewed by someone who looked like him, he thought that now he can be comfortable and he can be himself. I always encourage everyone. I don't care who is interviewing you, and I don't care how comfortable they get in front of you. Your responsibility is to remain composed, engaged, and you are polished throughout that entire interview. Do not let the fact that we're the same race or the same ethnicity make you feel like now you can just lay back and kick it, and now you can speak the slang that you're so used to speaking to everybody else, because we all do it. You need to remain that interviewee that shows his knowledge, his skills, and his abilities, and he remains engaged for that interview. Those are the 4 pitfalls plus a bonus. So now you should be able to go into that interview and knock it out. If you want to hear more tips and advice about how you can be successful in your own career search, please stop back by. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and we'll be back once a week with more videos just like this for you. Thanks for stopping by.